And this car is just an absolute handful now. Like, it's just destroying these B roads like it's never have before. Hey guys, what's going on? My name's George and welcome back to the Floor YouTube channel. So today you join me pretty much a year from when I did my first proper video in this car and on the channel, and wow, that year has gone by so quickly. Thank you to anyone who supported and watched the videos over the last year. I really appreciate you all. However, we have hit that 365 day 1 year mark, but one of the first videos that I did was about I bought my dream car. And that was this E92 M3 and still is my dream car. However, when we did that video, the car was completely and utterly stock. Well, today, if you've been watching the videos, you'll know this car isn't stock anymore. So what have we done to it? Well, the car has been taken to stage 2. Now, what is stage 2, I hear you ask? And that's not a stupid question if you don't know. Basically, when you modify a car, you can modify it in various different stages. And the way I interpret it is that it's a stage further than what the OEM factory setting was. So stage 1 will be like just going and getting an ECU map. Stage 2 will be ECU map plus some exhaust hardware. Stage 3, then you get a little bit more severe, and stage 4, then you really start changing quite a few of the internals of the engine, and yeah, the whole thing starts to get a little bit crazy at that point. But this car is stage 2, and in my opinion, it drives ridiculously different. So in December, we took the car to Velocity Tuning with Modstock to get a full ECU map as well as primary gutted catalytic converters. And what did that do to the car? Well, the gutted cats alone added about 18 horsepower, and then the map itself added the rest. So we came into the day with about 340, and we left with about 401 horsepower. Now, the dyno we were on the day was a bit harsh. Right, I've dynoed this car before at Basingstoke at 412 brake horsepower, so to get 340 was a little bit of a hit in the chest. However, the car has been mapped, and in my opinion, it feels a hell of a lot faster than it was. I really think this car is up there between 420 and 440 brake horsepower at the moment, and for a 12-year-old car, well, more than that, for a 14-year-old car now, then this is a ridiculous upgrade that you need to do to the car. So this is going to be my honest review of the stage 2 map. I have driven the car since December, obviously. However, with it being lockdown, I haven't taken it on any B roads. This is literally the first B road drive that I'm doing, other than a small, bigger, open, more A road drive to warm the car up for the MOT video. So I'm really excited, and you will see my first-hand reaction to what this car is like to drive around twisty roads. Now, I already know that this car is an absolute animal on the motorway, so let's press the M button and let's get going. So this is one of my favourite roads around the area that I live. It's really twisty, it's really back roady, and there's also some really good straight sections on it. So I've already driven this car on the motorway, and I've given it full chat on the motorway, and it is ridiculously fast. We have absolutely destroyed Ferraris, other M3s, RS4s, the lot, and everyone's actually really surprised for this, because if it being NA, the kickdown is just crazy. However, because I'm in a manual, oh, there's a lovely Mustang there as well. Because I'm in a manual, I need to make sure I'm in the right gear. If someone pulls up on me and I'm in 5th or 6th gear, and they're like, drop a gear and go when they're automatic DCT or whatever, then I'm done. I can't do anything about that. There's literally no way for me to recover. So I've really got to be prepared. But if I am prepared, then it works. Like, I went and picked up a Range Rover SVR the other day for my dad, and we had a little race on the way home, and this E92 M3 beat the 550 brake horsepower supercharged V8. Now, yes, of course, the Range Rover SVR is a hell of a lot heavier and will take a while to kick down and whatever, and this is lighter and NA. Yes, but that's what happens. Those are the variables. That's it. Like, doesn't matter. This is faster. And that was so fun. So I've driven this road before, right? So I know this road quite well. It's really a fourth gear road most of the time. Oh, just listen to that, that's crazy. Oh man. Right, so this, like I was saying, this road is basically a fourth gear road. So I'm not really going to drop out of fourth because otherwise it's get too high up in the RPM ranges of third and I have to change gear all the time. So it's easier just to sit in fourth. But one of the things I've found with this stage 2 map is that actually, shit, it's a bit tight. One of the things I've actually found about this stage 2 map is that fourth gear is now the golden gear, right? No matter where you are on the motorway, on a back road or whatever, I've got such power and such noise from around 2,500 to 3,000 RPM up. The stage 2 map itself has given me a hell of a lot more torque than I would do before. Probably more torque than power, but actually if you really think about it, torque is more important. I've already got 400 brake. Anything above 400, you're really getting into territory where like you can't really drive it. Well, legally anyway. I like to be able to kind of push a car to its limits without having to feel like I look at the speedo and I'm like, yep, I'm going to jail. So, okay, what do I think? Well, I'm in M mode. So M mode for me is MDM with power mode and the first setting of EDC. I don't like the second harsh setting of EDC because I just feel like it's too aggressive. And like the suspension in this car, I need to be able to like flow with the road a little bit. Because of the camber of these back roads, I feel like having that really sharp, kind of stiff suspension really doesn't like make the car easier to drive. It actually makes it just more crashy and more hard. So those are my settings. I mean, if I was on a track, I'd probably put it in the harsher setting because I want to minimize body roll, but right now I just want to feel the car. So we're in third gear now, approaching national speed limit. This is what a stage 2 M3 sounds like. Mega. Like, do you know what I mean? That's the thing, right? So let's talk about mod stock a little bit, right? Because that is the main element of this car that I love the most, right? And Chris has been really good to me. So what's actually been done to this car then, other than the stage 2 map? We've done a primary Decat as well as a 1.75 box mod. Now that's obviously from Chris from Modstock, and that is the thing that changes this car the most. If I could take all of the if I could take all of the modifications off of this car and only keep two, it would be the back box and the gutted cat, because the sound is just incredible. Even when I'm just cruising about town, it just sounds awesome and I love it. Turns heads and it just sounds so mean. Like, oh, it's just the main thing I love about this car the most. It feels like it always wants to go. The map then comes next, because the pickup and the torque off of the map is just crazy. It's one of the things you really wouldn't expect from a 2007 E92 V8 M3. It just fucking goes. I'm sorry, but forget your DCTs. Forget them. Like, yes, they're quicker and off the line and whatever, I get it, but who really cares? This manual box is just great. Yes, the throw's a bit long. Yes, the gear knob's a bit tall, and it could be made better 100%. But who actually fucking cares? Oh my god. This thing is terrifying. It scares the living shit out of me every time I drive it. That's why I love it. It's just there like, all the time, but you need to get good tyres, Good tyres is a must for this car, 100%. We've got 245s on the front and 265s on the rear. I know people go bigger, and when the wheels come, we may go up to 295. I'm not quite sure yet. I need to work out the specs. But for 265s on the rear, you're still looking at £850 for a set of Michelin Super Sports or PS4Ss. So really, you're still spending a fuck ton of money. But it's just so worth it just to feel the grip that this car has. It's just such a package. I bought this car with a vision of what I wanted it to be, and we are so almost there. A few more bits left to do, but oh my god, I love this car. And it's just understated as well. Like, yes, people that look at it will know that it's an M3, and that's great. And don't get me wrong, I like people looking at it and saying, "Ah, I like your car, it's an M3." But also, if I just want to cruise on the motorway, it doesn't stand out that much. I haven't got like crazy tint and like loads of spoilers and everything to make it stand out. This is still an understated car, and that's what I want. I don't want to just be like loud and asbo and driving down the road and everyone's staring. This car is for me. It's not for fucking anyone else. Oh shit, please. Okay, so I think we're in agreement that the Stage 2 map on an E92 M3 is literally one of the best things that you can do to it. I am absolutely loving driving this car at the moment. It feels like it's in so much more of an attack mode, like all the time. It's just ready to just go. Like, tyres is gripping, torque so much there. Just that V8 S65 just wanting to rev out all the way is just such a dream. Just can't imagine a more fun car to drive on a back road like this. But what are the downsides of a Stage 2 map? Well, first of all, if you thought this car was thirsty before the map, just wait until you get a Stage 2 map, because this thing eats fuel even more than it did beforehand. Now obviously that's down to two parts. It's down to the engine running a bigger air-fuel ratio, but also for the fact that because it's faster, my foot's a bit heavier than normal in pretty much every gear. And in theory, right, for the money, you can't really get a much better mod for this car. Like with the exhaust and the Stage 2 map, like for an already kind of 15 to 20 grand car, you're getting some serious performance. Like this thing would probably take an F80 and F82 right now. And I don't say that lightly, and I know a lot of you in the comments will probably say, nah, F80 is DCT and it's twin turbo engine. Yes, like most probably right if you're on a motorway, someone pulls up next to you, I'm not in the right gear and whatever, it will more than likely take me. However, if I'm planned and I'm on a back road and I'm in a manual box, I back myself. So if you're going to buy an E92 or you own one, would I recommend that you get taken to Stage 2? 100%. However, if you are thinking of buying an E92 M3, do not be fooled. The stock car is bloody quick. This Stage 2 just enhances the characteristics of the car. It doesn't change anything. The power curve is exactly the same, it's just bigger. Torque curve is exactly the same, it's just bigger. If you're interested in exactly what the dyno graphs say, go and click up here or up here. I can't remember which corner, I'm a bit busy. Go and click up there. You can watch the video where we go to velocity tuning last December. That's a fucking pheasant. Fucking pheasants. You can go to, if you click up there, you can go and check out the video we did last December, where actually there's a dyno graph that shows you exactly the difference that the Stage 2 made. Primary Decat in the mod stock video, as well as the tune. That was so fun. And this car is just an absolute handful now. Like, it's just destroying these B roads like it's never have before. Like I said at the beginning, I did this video on this dream car this time last year, and it was stock. And I thought that that thing was a monster. But now, with the EBC yellow stuff brakes, with the Stage 2 map, with the primary Decat and the back box, this thing is just something else. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy how something so small. Like, I would recommend every E92 M3 owner do this to their car, or any E9X owner. You've got E93, E90, E93 with a primary Decat and a 2 pipe or a 1.75 pipe just sound awesome all the time. Oh my god, I just absolutely love this car so much. Can't believe it took me this long to map it. Now there are a few different options if you want to get the map done. Lots and lots of different places do it. Obviously the big ones are Evolve. Everyone goes for an Evolve map normally. If you've got a DCT, you definitely want to get the GTS software map. Makes the shifts quicker and sharper. But I actually had my map done by Tommy at Velocity Tuning, and the service that I got there was awesome. We dynoed it, he mapped it, he really cared and really put the attention to detail in to get the most out of his car. And by driving it today on these back roads, oh man, did he do a good job. This thing is just alive, absolutely alive. Man, I love this car so much. The only problem with spring, amount of cyclists on the road, and they always go down like the bendiest roads as well, like the ones where you can't overtake. Like caravans do the same thing as well. They're like, oh, just go on the dual carriageway. No, I'm gonna go on this back A road where no one can overtake me, and I'm gonna have a queue of about 90 cars behind. Like, fantastic, thank you very much, Mr. Camperman. Anyway, it just feels so good. Lockdown restrictions are ending, it's getting warmer, it's nice and sunny, the car's feeling good. Oh, it just sounds absolutely mega. Just throw it into these corners and it just grips, absolutely grips. Oh man, I feel like I'm just mumbling, but I'm just having to concentrate so hard as I'm pushing this car. The back end is just so twitchy. Managing the throttle as we go around. Oh, brakes, these EBC yellow soft pads are just awesome. Oh my god, just fuck. This video is not for kids. I'm swearing way too much, and I am not gonna bleep any of these in the edits because that is way, way, way too much effort. Oh, right, and that is the end of the B road. So, consensus, summary, what do we think? If you've got one of these cars, just send it, just get it done. Like, you will not be disappointed. The map, the exhaust, everything just turned this car into an absolute slayer. I love it, it's so quick. And on these back roads as well, that naturally aspirated S65 with just instant power, you can just manage it on the power band as you're going around the corners. It's just, oh, amazing, absolutely amazing. One of the things that's also happened, I stopped to have a look, one of my floating centre caps has fallen off. So I've got 3 floating centre caps and one that's completely empty. So yeah, that is the end of today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not really quite sure how it turned out. It's basically just been me rambling and shouting as I drive the absolute tits off of this E92 M3. Oh, wow, my adrenaline is absolutely going. I can't wait to take this thing on track. It's just gonna absolutely crazy. So if you're new here, please make sure to hit that subscriber button, or if you're a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe as well and hit a like on the video. Right, well, have a great day, evening, weekend, whenever you're watching this, and I'll leave you with this.